You guys already know this the main one, tapping in all the way from H-Town, Houston, Texas. I'm here with my boy T.A.G.
T.A.G.
Tag, very nice, very evil.
Well, that's tag shit.
The only thing we're gonna do is take over, baby.
Free fall as I dive through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine.
Go ahead and get into it. We got the Royal Rumble this weekend in Saudi Arabia, and for the first time in a long time, they gave us pretty much one of the most lackluster builds ever to a Rumble.
Yeah,
like it was just like, hey y'all, don't y'all forget we got the Rumble.
I have a feeling I know why.
You know, it doesn't feel like Rumble season right now, or it doesn't feel like Mania season. Maybe I feel like the reason why is because, well, number one is they're over in Saudi Arabia. That's the first thing.
Now here's the one thing, like you said, they're in Saudi Arabia, so I feel like knowing that it's probably be a big deal over there, people are going to be talking about it. They feel like they didn't have to put as much effort as they feel like they should have. Because they was in the States, I feel like they probably would have put a little bit more effort. But I think Saudi threw them all this money, so they're just kind of just like coasting along, if you ask me.
Okay.
But I do think from the Rumble side of things, as far as my overall thoughts on it, I don't think it could get any worse than Royal Rumble 2022. If I don't see it can get that worse. If it gets that worse, we need to talk, because there's no way it can get that levels of garbage. But I do think, and also I looked at some ticket prices, and it's crazy enough. They're making it very affordable for people to attend the show.
Yeah,
the most expensive ticket to sit front row is $400 to sit front row for the Royal Rumble, while in the States we're paying a good $6,000 to sit front row.
Yeah, biggest facts.
What are we doing?
Biggest facts.
The problem here is that the bar has been so lowered recently within the past, I want to say 10-15 years, because the build for Mania and Rumble used to coincide with one another, which means it would be back in November they would start building for the Rumble, which would then kind of roll, and they would drip feed stuff for Mania throughout that time, and then stuff would culminate at Rumble, and then there would be a full build from Rumble to Mania because of everything that happened maybe like 3 to 4 months prior to Rumble. And now we don't get that anymore. Now it's like, okay, well, 2 weeks before Rumble, we'll go ahead and we'll start building for it a little bit here and there. Okay, we still don't know what's going on. Okay, let's go ahead and start building for Mania after Elimination Chamber, and then we can have everything set up. Beforehand, everything was set up 6 months prior to Mania, which I don't understand why we don't do that anymore. With all the fucking writers and creative team that we have, it's like we're paying people just to sit around.
The writing team, they are out of touch. That's what it is. They're out of touch.
Michael Hayes, I'm looking at you, dummy.
He's out of touch. Listen, I don't want to get talking about Unreal.
We gonna have some words,
because that show kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Now, I don't watch.
How is Michael Hayes going to say that Chelsea Green isn't a star? How
she's a star? I get it. Here's the thing: she's a star. If the proof is in the pudding, right? The matches she had in TNA, the matches she had in Lucha Underground with Penta, showed she has all the tools to be a top star in any division you plug her into. But it sucks, and I feel bad for her. The fact is, they feel as if she has the ceiling, which is only to be used to make other stars look good. They have her as like this Dolph Ziggler of the women's division or a Miz of the women's division, whichever one suits your boat. But I feel like they're kind of having her in that role, which, I mean, whatever she's given, she knows how to make it work to the best of her ability, and that just goes to show how talented she's good.
You said it right there, and it's poetic. Because you said Michael Hayes is one of the issues, but it's a Vince McMahon thinking, because she's made it for herself. Anything that they give her, she's willing to do, and she makes gold out of it. Ironically enough, because she's married to Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, who made it for himself and then got the shaft because of it. And I think it's because what they want to do is they want to do their own thing and not really push the people that make it for themselves. Because if they would have just pushed the people that are organically getting over, they would have a much better product if they got behind those people. But they're not doing that. And it's
you know why they're not doing that though? Because they never want to see a wrestler be bigger than the brand.
They never want to see a wrestler get over on their own.
Always been that thing.
They want to have.
No, they don't want a Rock anymore. They don't want a John Cena. They don't want somebody that's going to, if they disappear, then oh no, what are we gonna do? But on top of that, the problem is that. Oh, go ahead. I'll let you.
So here's the thing, WWE and I've been having like this whole thought process since 2021. Even when Vince McMahon was in his later years out of touch, right? I feel like to an extent, I feel like WWE is kind of very. I'm trying to think the best way to put it. I think they're afraid to try to make new stars because they don't want the stars to be bigger than the machine. We look at people like John Cena. We look at people like Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Rock. All those people who were bigger than life, and they all left, right? They all left and went on to do other things. Well, so now I feel like we're in a position to where we do see stars made. Don't get it twisted, but I think it's a pick and choose situation on when and where they want to execute a certain moment to catapult to make a new star.
It's an easy fix. They just refuse to do it, and it all boils down to, and I keep bringing this shit up every time. Like I probably bring it up maybe like every 1 or 2 months, and that's the SmackDown 6. If you followed that blueprint across the title, across every title picture, you will not have a problem with creating stars because it's going to create themselves. Because if you have a set number of people that rotate within the Intercontinental Championship, these are the people that's going to be next up for the world title. And then so on and so forth. If you focus just on one person every time, Roman, Cody, Brock, then all you're going to see is a Roman, Cody, Brock, and everybody else gets left behind, because then that's when you get situations with the Punk and a Finn Balor where it's like, Finn's going to lose. It shouldn't be like that. It should be like how it was back in the day, where it's like you had a Taker, you had a Bret Hart, you had a Triple H, you had a Shawn Michaels, you had a Stone Cold, where it's like you can look at these guys like, damn, I don't know who the fuck's gonna win. This is crazy. It's gotten to the point where it's so predictable where it makes people not want to watch it, because again, it seems like WWE doesn't care. Which is why I get pissed off with the whole Drew McIntyre shit, because it's like he's somebody that should be looked at as, okay, well, damn, he should be the one that wins. And then Cody takes the dub. Kevin Owens, the same situation. They have like 4 or 5 matches and Cody wins all of them, when Owens, for the story, makes way more sense. And it's like, yeah, man.
And here's another thing, and since we're on the topic of Rumble, you see that in 2025 they took a bit of a dip, right, in ratings.
Yes.
Last year, Royal Rumble was one of their most watched shows with over 3 million people watching. They have to literally go into this show and be trying to figure out, what can we do to make the fans happy, for one, make the people that we're shielding to in the Saudi Arabia government happy as well, but give us a decent product to where those 3 million that may be watching, or maybe more people watching, give them a reason to stick around, give them a reason to be engaged, to watch the lead up to WrestleMania, making every Raw, every SmackDown feel like must watch television. That's what they need to do, because this is a situation they need to be on their A game.
I feel like I've somewhat identified what the problem is as far as, I guess, WWE and where they're going with shit. The problem is they're trying to adapt to just today's age. Fucking attention spans are TikTok reels or Instagram reels. Like the attention spans for shit are like, okay, you got me for 30 seconds or whatever.
Yeah, it's
exactly. Like so while it's fantastic for us as fans to get the people to like watch consistently, like it's fantastic to get that like planning from like say November. The people that they're trying to get the attention of the kids are so like dialed like in and out for like 30 seconds that they feel like they can probably give you a story in a 2-week span and think that's fine. That shit doesn't fly with the older generation, and we can catch that shit and call it out. But today's freaking kids are like, oh, what's going on? Cody Rhodes is doing this. All right, that's tight. Let's see what's going on TikTok or Instagram or whatever the hell else.
Or let's go chat GPT a better storyline. You know,
I mean, but that's what we're doing. No, that part is what we're doing. We're like, hey, how could they have done this better?
But the thing is, even that's an easy fix too, because and that's to go with both the older generation and the younger generation, and that's to take the NXT Black and Gold template, where Triple H, when he was doing Black and Gold, he didn't have all the stars on at one time, because we went from an hour show, an NXT, to a 2-hour show. And anytime he had stories, he would rotate the stories, where it's like you had 1 week, you had an Andrade and shit going on, or Aleister Black, and then next week you wouldn't even focus on that. You'd focus on maybe a Velveteen Dream and the Undisputed Era and that shit going on, or Keith Lee, and then everything always felt must watch because you didn't know what you were going to get. Whereas SmackDown Raw, okay, yeah, we know we're going to get a Jade Cargill segment, we know we're going to get a Cody Rhodes segment, we know we're going to get a Drew McIntyre. Hey, you want to watch Aleister Black and Damian Priest wrestle for the 17th fucking time? Here you go. And then Raw, CM Punk's gonna come on and say, hey, how's it feel to be a fan in so and so city on a fucking Monday, where you're gonna have the Vision have their segment. Everything is paint and fucking numbers, and nothing feels fresh anymore. So if they just go back and look, I'm all for innovation, but sometimes you have to go with what works in order for you to reinvent some shit. And that's what they need to do right now. And they just got to have their finger on the pulse, to be perfectly honest. And now I want to pose the question, because
what's up?
If Rollins didn't get hurt legitimately, the storyline that they were building with him and Sami Zayn in the very beginning of the inception of the Vision, do you think that the program would have culminated with Rollins and Zayn going into Mania?
It would have been this match right here.
Here's the thing with that. You said with his injury, right?
Yeah.
If Rollins did get injured, I think the way they were setting things up, I think long term you could have made a case for Sammy, but I think they were definitely playing. We were gonna get Seth and Roman. I think that's what we were really leaning towards, is to do that match finally on the big stage. Because I even seen it, the match they wanted to do for WrestleMania this year for the World Heavyweight title was to be Seth and Roman. Now, with Seth being out of the picture, that changed a lot of stuff up, because now they had to give it to CM Punk, right? We had to crown a new champion. So a lot of stuff has kind of, I can see some things still being in play still, but I feel like they're adding a little bit more oomph to it.
So then you don't think CM Punk and Rollins wouldn't have been in the conversation for a Mania match for the World Heavyweight title?
If that was the case, I feel like
it would have been.
Could have been, but I feel like at the same time, it's a possibility, because I do think we could have maybe gotten CM Punk taking the World Championship from Seth, and we could have just did Seth and Roman non-title, because I think that match doesn't necessarily need a title. I think the history alone sells itself. Former members of the Shield, Seth turning his back on the Shield in 2014. This pretty much was the catalyst to become Roman Reigns' arc of becoming the tribal chief. This was what his arc was about. Everything that he fought against, he became, right? And then there you had a dynamic shift. You had Royal Rumble 2022, where you had these two compete one-on-one. Roman Reigns getting himself DQ'd, Seth Rollins winning that match via DQ. You have a lot of stories that I feel like they still have a lot to tell here, because the ultimate goal that we have to remind ourselves is, when it comes down to it, when you look at the history books, between these two guys, Roman Reigns cannot beat Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has always had his number. He's always been strategic. He's always done everything he needs to do to outsmart Roman Reigns. Can Roman Reigns outwork Seth Rollins? Absolutely. But the thing is, Seth continues to outsmart. This is why he was the architect for a reason, because he's always planning. He's always looking to be 2 steps ahead of the game. He's looking towards the future. That is why I do think having all of that be a thing come, potentially for WrestleMania, we could have had that. But now that Seth is injured, I don't know what that means. I do think maybe when he does come back, we'll see him and maybe Braun Breaker. I know some people are saying maybe he shows up at the Rumble. And if he does show up at the Rumble, shockingly enough, Braun Breaker's getting eliminated. I'm telling you that right now. There's no way Seth Rollins is going to allow Braun Breaker to win that match. The first person he's going for is Braun Breaker in that match because he speared that man.
So
Seth
then
Rollins
let's ask this question since we're pretty much segueing into the Rumble.
Because
I think with the women it's pretty much solid. I think we have it kind of boiled down to maybe like 2 or 3 women that could potentially win. That's like a shoe-in for a win. But with the men's Rumble, I think we might be in unpredictable territory. Because I think at this point we already know there's people that really won't win or shouldn't win, and we're kind of in the dark about who could potentially take it.
So speaking of the men's Rumble, here it is right here. They announced on Raw that Obafemi will be in the Rumble.
Oh, yeah, I can tell you guys. All the guys in there.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna pull up the graphic. So on WWE's website, these are the gentlemen so far: Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Brock Lesnar, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Javon Evans, and Big Obafemi.
So that's
I gotta say this for a minute. With Roman Reigns with him, having his graphic, I go like, because was it last week on SmackDown? Yeah, it was last week.
He had to return, like he was that video package.
I go like, watch him do something like that, and then they did. I go like, oh my god! I go like, of course, they'll do that for Roman Reigns, Like Roman Reigns returns at the Rumble. I mean, we knew that he was gonna be in the Rumble match. We already knew it. We already knew it. It's no surprise.
We got to make a prediction out of it.
But WWE did say themselves when it comes to Royal Rumble for both sides of the field, they did say, Triple H did say, expect a lot of surprises from the men's Rumble. So I do think we can potentially get some stuff here. If I'm giving my prediction, I don't know if we're getting our predictions just yet. Honestly, if it was really up to me, the person I would want to see win this, I would pick Obafemi. That's the person I would want to see win. Him coming up from NXT and making an instant splash, winning the Royal Rumble, set up him and Drew McIntyre, which has a little bit of history from Saturday Night Main Events. I would love to see that, but I do think the match they're going to set up for him involves Brock, because this is my bold prediction: Obafemi will eliminate Brock Lesnar in the Royal Rumble this year, and that's going to set up that match for WrestleMania. But as far as my prediction, who I have winning, I have the Tribal Chief, the OTC, the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
Okay, hey, I'm gonna take a page out of Lip Dizzle's book. If Roman Reigns wins that Rumble, I may flip a table.
Well, here's the thing, and
that's not.
It's not what I want.
That's fair, man.
It's not what I want. I just want people to understand this. This is not what I personally want, but I feel as if Roman Reigns is a big attraction, right? I think when you look at the world title scene and where things are, he's one of the only options that I feel like adds a lot of story beats that we can potentially tell with whoever he picked, right? Him and CM Punk is a match I think a lot of fans really want to see.
We're definitely getting that at WrestleMania. Yeah.
The match. Then we also got to think.
Because remember, it wasn't it after. Wait, where was this around? It was around Survivor Series or something, where you had Cody Rhodes and you had CM Punk in the ring. Well, he goes like, I'm coming after the title. And then
They don't know which
he goes
one.
Like, he goes like, I'm gonna let you decide. I'm gonna let you decide which. It's kind of obvious that he's going after CM Punk.
And here's the thing, that's a big money match, a dream match, if you will. Could he pick Drew? Because I mean, we were telling a story last year. I don't know why they dropped the ball, where it's like Drew McIntyre was going on this whole arc of being the bloodline hunter, right? I feel like we could have done something with that, but we dropped the ball. If we were to get him going after a championship, I would want it to be the WWE Championship, but I think from an overall match, I think the biggest match you can put on is Roman and CM Punk. And I think, because I think he's going to win this. He's not going to be the Chamber.
Jerome Reigns or Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Did you say Jerome?
Jerome?
No, Roman Jerome Reigns or Cody Raheem Rhodes wins this Rumble. I'm flipping it.
He's
I'm flipping
Cody.
Look.
I don't want. No.
Now, wait. There's another caveat. If Brock Lesnar wins this Rumble,
fuck no, he's not winning.
I may stop watching.
Oh yeah. No. Hey, Scoot. That's not even a question for me. That's nowhere.
Knocking my TV out the window.
Let me tell you like this. I already rarely watch WWE as it is. Just like I keep up, I watch reviews and everything, so we can be here for this. But if fucking Brock Lesnar, I don't know why I said Brock Keith, but yeah.
No, it's Brock the Farmer Lesnar. Brock the Farmer Lesnar. That's what it's called. The cover athlete of Farmer Simulator.
Whoever the fuck shows up at the Rumble, he better not win it.
Here's the thing. I get where people are going to be coming from, like, oh, it's Roman Reigns. He's already won the Rumble before. I get it. But you have to understand.
I don't get it.
Here's the thing. We are in Saudi Arabia, you guys.
Yeah.
I know.
What the fuck does that mean?
Because in Saudi Arabia, man, they be demanding shit.
When Saudi gets what they
here's
want,
another thing.
If they want somebody,
they're gonna get what they want.
They're gonna have.
And here's another thing. If he doesn't win this, I'm struggling to figure out what path is there for him.
Hey,
because I honestly don't think he's not going to be in the Chamber. I'm telling you guys right now, he's not going to be in the Elimination Chamber match.
Tables are getting flipped.
Wait. Hold on.
We're getting a lot of anger over.
No, that's not it. Because Leo's on to something. Because I just sat here contemplating everything, and everything's starting to make a lot more sense now. Because if you take everything and throw it on the table, Roman only slots into the main event, because you can easily put Gunther up against Brock if you're going to retire Brock this year. You don't have to have anybody in the Vision in that main event. You can have them do something else. Seth is gone unless he comes back, and then they have that. Then he has a match with Breaker or whatever, or something that happens. Yeah. But last year, the winner of the Rumble was what? Jay, right?
Yeah, it was
Jay.
It came out of left field last year. I was like, what the fuck? I was there live. Like, what? Like, did they actually have Jey Uso win? Like, I thought I was dreaming.
And the crazy thing is, I was one of the only people that actually called that happening.
Now, normally, they would probably flip it and then have the person to win the Rumble be somebody that goes for like the SmackDown title.
Right. I'm gonna get to that when we get to the women, because I have some nuggets.
I think that's going to be the case, and I think it's going to be Jacob Fatu to win the Rumble.
Okay.
And I think we get a repeat storyline of WrestleMania 20 when you had Benoit win and Shawn Michaels interjected himself into that match for that triple threat, which is where Cody comes into play. That's how you get the triple threat. Now, when it comes to the whole Roman situation, the only thing I disagree with Leo on is I think Roman does go in the Chamber. And he wins the Chamber.
You know what? You convinced me there, because I feel like with it being the Chamber and it being Chicago, this is a big city. You know, they like to do big things at that show.
I'm standing on business. Punk needs to be in the Punk needs to be in Chamber. The Will Tyrell needs to
AJ Lee came back.
I'm standing on business right now.
What are we talking about, AJ Lee?
AJ Lee came back on a SmackDown in Chicago. You know, they love to do
I was there for
there.
I was in attendance for that. That was amazing. I love that.
You're onto something, Dizzle. You're onto something. Because you know if it's going to be Chamber, you know WWE is going to want to make that show loaded. They're going to try to make that show have a lot of some talent on that show. They're going to stack that card. And a good selling point is Roman. He can be a really big needle mover for that show. So, honestly, I'm going to take my pick back. I might. You know what? No, I'm gonna stick with Roman. You almost had me. I'm gonna stick with Roman. You almost had me.
Table flipping.
Okay.
You almost had me.
Yeah.
There's a reason why.
If we're predicting shit, and if we're predicting that the Rumble winner, are we saying the Rumble winner goes on to fight in the Chamber?
No,
draws all the heat for a Chamber. Okay,
straight to Mania.
Straight to Mania.
Mm-hmm.
What story are we building though? Like who's
Roman
got the best chance?
Roman and CM Punk.
At building. That's what you think?
Because that's a big match that I think WWE, knowing with it being in Vegas, you know they're gonna try to have a lot of good, decent matches on that show. They're gonna try to have a lot of star power on that show, like they did last year.
We keep on thinking these things, but
Roman and CM Punk is a match that I think a lot of people really want to see. I think outside of the only other match I see, I think you could have done is a CM Punk and Cody Rhodes match, which I honestly thought they were going to do last year, but they didn't. So I don't. And honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't.
How much longer is Seth supposed to be out?
Seth did say he wants to be back in time for Mania. He says he's hopeful. He's fingers crossed. He should be back in time.
Also, I want you guys to tell who you think are going to be surprises in the Rumble as well.
I think.
Okay, well, yeah, Dizzle, you dropped a hint at one surprise you think is gonna be.
Real one.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I completely forgot. So yeah, Enzo. And look, if I'm wrong, I'll be fucking surprised because I'm 110% sure that he'll be there. That's how sure I am, because Enzo or Real One just dropped a trailer for, I guess, his little documentary.
Yeah, I saw that.
You saw it? Yeah, it was dope, right?
Yeah, it was.
And the fact that dropped, I think it was like 5 or 6 days ago. I'm like, come on. To have him come out now, of course, not with Cass, but to have him come out and get that ovation that he gets, just give him a mic, have him come out and then go into the Rumble. Why not? And then go ahead and sign him, and then have him go into Mania to do some shit.
Maybe
because
mid-card titles, yeah.
Absolutely, because again, you need stars, you need people that's going to entertain the fans, and everybody can only yeet for so long. So go ahead and get Enzo over there.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And everybody's like,
there's potential surprise you could do. I mean, you could probably have some people from NXT being featured here. I know you could make a case for like Ethan Page, maybe a Ricky Saints, a Leon Slater from TNA. I think would be featured as well.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
maybe a Dolph Ziggler,
Chris Jericho. Dolph Ziggler, Chris Jericho is I think a big person. I think you want.
Jericho, please.
Keep thinking that we're hoping too hard for Chris Jericho to show up.
You know who I'd like to see? Mustafa Ali.
That would be fire.
I can see that.
Because he does have some.
Definitely a non-zero.
Yeah. I can see Mustafa. No, I'm gonna say it. Seth Rollins, he's gonna end up being in the Rumble. He's gonna be here in the Rumble. I think he's all good to go.
That's why I asked to begin with. That's definitely why I asked to begin with on like how much longer he has. And everybody was speculating hard when who was it? The masked dude that like jumped oh my god, this was a couple months ago. Thank you, Austin Theory. Mm-hmm. But yeah, everybody was hoping, hard that was Seth Rollins.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, would not be mad at all if Seth Rollins ends up showing up in the Rumble.
I can see him going to the Rumble. I just think that they're gonna hold off. And that's just me personally. I think they're gonna hold off until Elimination Chamber.
They could do that.
But hey, you have
maybe he shows up in the chamber. Maybe Braun Breaker's in the chamber. Okay.
Oh, 100% he's gonna be in the chamber.
He shows up some way, and he ends up costing Braun Breaker, gives him a curve stomp or something, and that sets up a match for
Absolutely.
Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker.
At Mania, yeah, that's what I think they're gonna do.
Yeah, I see that happening.
We're 100.
Maybe they save on Seth Rollins.
We're 200% getting Mr. Iguana in the Rumble.
Oh, Mr. Iguana, yeah, we're definitely gonna get him. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Iguana's definitely showing up.
Yeah.
Do we get
Wouldn't
Chad
know
Gable
that.
returning at Rumble?
Yes.
I can see
Yeah.
it.
No,
I
we do get.
Wait. I know what you're about to say because I know was it El Grande Americano. Battle the El Grande Americano to open that ring. I feel like you're gonna have. I see a situation in the Rumble.
We get three of them.
I don't know about 3, but I feel like
3 El Grande Americanos.
you have 2 because I think
Wasn't 2? I thought we had 3.
that was 2.
No, we got 2.
Here's the thing. I see a
My
situation
bad,
where
then.
maybe for example, one comes out at number 3 and the other comes out like at number 10 or something, right? And you have those both of them in the Rumble going at it, and then maybe we can have a storyline going into Mania where both of these are going at it, and whoever loses has to unmask. So I can see them doing that type of storyline because I feel like they're gonna do something with it. Now you can tell. Now, shout out to T.A.G because that man has been working like a madman.
You see him,
This man
motherfucker,
is
is
shredded.
Is shit. Yes.
I feel like that's a WWE trope now, where it's like you leave, you get injured,
Come back just
you come
jacked.
just shredded.
Hold
Like,
on, not
Triple
just
H.
hold on.
Randy
Hold
Orton.
on. Not just WWE. Because look at fucking Swerve Strickland when he came back.
shredded.
Yeah, sure.
Just built.
Now, if I had to go with a prediction for this match, okay, so people are saying like, I don't know, I do like your Jacob Fatu pick, Dizzle. I do.
Yeah, I do.
like
I
that.
do.
But I don't know. I feel like they're gonna give it to Cody Raheem Rhodes here.
They can't. Look.
If they do, I'm
obviously,
sad.
they can. They can. Yes.
They can, yeah. But
I can't. Look. Now, I'll say this: if they really want to turn Cody heel, because look, if Cody wins this Rumble, you're about to get ECW backlash on Cena levels of fan heat on Cody.
Oh, you know it is.
110%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But it's because nothing's been built up. I think Jacob Fatu is the safe pick. I think
I think Jacob Fatu. I think he's gonna be like an Iron Man in the match. I think he's gonna go.
That's what I'm saying. I think he will too. But that's what I'm saying. I think he's a safe pick if they're just gonna slot him in against Drew and then have Cody interject himself for that storyline.
I think it's
I can
gonna be
see
the
them
other way
doing that.
around. I think it's gonna be the other way around where Jacob Fatu, he's a loose cannon, so he interjects himself into the match with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes.
And here's the thing. And I like what you said, Lip Dizzle, about Jacob. The thing with that is, I would love it. Don't get me wrong. I do want to see Jacob win it. But my thing is this: I'm looking at it from a standpoint to where it's like, from the story that we're telling, those two have been going at it, right? I do expect both Cody and Jacob to be going at it throughout the Rumble. I do see a world where maybe both of those two accidentally eliminate each other. Where maybe both of them get thrown out, and then that continues their feud. Maybe we have something where both of them are in the chamber, and maybe some type of wonky finish where maybe it's like a double pin or something, and then both are declared chamber winners and both face for the title. But if you want to make them a heel, like you said, I can see them going that route. If you're trying to make them a heel, but WWE, I don't think, has the balls, in my personal opinion, to pull the trigger on a heel Cody.
100%.
If they turn Cody heel, they need to have him with the black hair.
They're never gonna do it.
Well, the thing is with that is that Cody interjecting himself into this match is going to organically make him a heel either way. Because
also losing builds character. If he loses here, you can have Cody Rhodes crash out and stuff.
And that's fine. But here's my other pick, and this one is the risky one because I think it works, but you'd have to have the story follow perfectly because it has to do with CM Punk, and that's having Logan Paul win.
I'm flipping tables.
It was sitting there. It was sitting there in my fucking head, and I didn't want to be the guy like looking crazy for it, but I was like, I'm over here mulling it over like, is there any other possible fucking choice? And I'm like, I mean, it could be Logan Paul, but I'm like,
hey, one of these guys on the poster is gonna win.
Look at it because you got to look at it like this. Logan Paul has been in pretty much all of the marquee matches that they have. He's been in Money in the Bank, didn't win that. I think wasn't he in?
He was in Chamber
last Elimination Chamber.
Yeah,
he's been in Rumble already. He hasn't won anything big outside of the U.S. title.
Correct.
If you really want to have it just especially in Saudi, I mean, granted they love him out there too, but if you really want to stick it to the fans,
I swear to God,
you pull the Miz shit. The Miz won the. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this, with the Logan Paul thing.
Okay.
Considering that segment they had on Raw, where pretty much Logan, Theory, and Bronson agreed that Breaker should win, how does that play into effect?
Oh, easy.
Miscommunication.
Well, you can have now. Okay, that'll be under the guise of miscommunication.
Logan Paul just throws his Logan Paul.
Logan Paul is such an easily
Target.
booked heel.
Oh.
You can easily have him win and then have them be like, "Oh, I thought this was a plan," and then people look, "Oh, well, I mean, he's out for himself regardless." So, I mean, you can work it around. It's an easy right.
Yeah,
correct.
That's why I say like that. Out of everybody,
I mean, it's pretty hard to screw that one up there.
exactly, 100%. And it falls in line because the thing is, it's not like he's gonna turn to he's gonna be a face going against the Vision. They'll look at him like everybody else looks at him, and they'll be like, "Well, fuck."
How fucking apropos, man!
This outfit right here winning the Rumble, like what the hell?
And then hey, I'm telling you that right now. If they do have Logan win, that outrage that's going to be going on social media,
and he will love it, and it would work perfectly because Logan is a good heel.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna play around with it. That's gonna be my table flip moment.
Now this is the last time I mentioned. This is the last time I mentioned Cody Raheem Rhodes. I like what you said about him crashing out. Right, I think. With him losing the championship, right? For whatever reason, I like to have these callbacks. I think we're seeing Shawn Michaels 2010 all over again with Cody. Remember when Shawn Michaels was going up against Undertaker in the lead up to WrestleMania 26, I believe, he was going up originally for the World Championship, right? But he didn't win the Rumble. And you start to see he started to slowly but surely lose himself. He started to become more desperate for a win.
And he screwed Taker in the chamber.
Exactly. I can see Cody, even though if it's not like a full-blown heel turn, right? But if he did, that he can lean into that, be more desperate to get back to being a champion again, willing to do anything and everything that he has to do. And I think if they really wanted to, I don't think it's gonna happen because we had an opportunity to do this, but we didn't. If The Rock somehow showed up here, we could plant the seeds for maybe Cody finally.
I immediately don't like it.
You don't have to like Adam Pearce was calling. I feel like he was calling The Rock. That's who's been on the phone with. The Rock's going to interject himself with the whole Vision stuff.
I don't not see The Rock showing up at Rumble. Like, not maybe a participant in the Rumble, but just on the pay-per-view.
Yeah. He's gonna have some type of on-screen presence for sure.
Yeah, he's gonna get that money. He's gonna get that money for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
The Rock's not about his Saudi money.
This Rumble matches is so, like you said, it's a lot more unpredictable.
It's a lot.
You saw all these different stories that they can go with.
Well, for the men's side, it's more unpredictable for me because
Yeah.
I can only think about Fatu and Logan Paul at this point because I don't think anybody realistically.
Yeah, I'm saying Cody
has to
Rhodes,
win.
but then again, I don't want him touching. I don't like
He'll be
Stone
tied
Cold,
with Stone Cold with
Stone
3.
Cold, which I don't want to see that, but I feel like
But
that they either want Cody or Roman. That's what they want. That's what they
the
want. And Scoot's gonna be flipping tables. We're gonna have a lot of tables.
I know people are gonna flip tables. I know Lipinsko's gonna
flip that table over.
He's gonna
I'm
flip. I know
flipping
Lipinsko's gonna flip the table, but I'm thinking of it from this standpoint too.
Mm-hmm.
The last time we seen Roman Reigns win a Royal Rumble, it did not go over. It did not go over with the fans well, right? People turned on it.
It would go over.
No, the fans did not want that because this is when Daniel Bryan was
Oh
still
yeah,
there.
yeah,
People really wanted it.
But you think it will go over well now? I think it will go over.
I think here's the thing. I think in WWE's mind, they may want to make up for that by retconning that 2015 win by having this time when he wins this one, maybe the fans will be a little bit more in his good graces, or he's in a little bit more of the good grace of the fans now. Because mind you, he didn't compete for the world title last year. He didn't compete for a world championship last year. So it's like we did get a break from him, from the world title scene. But I think
that's true.
The thing is, and we looked at this from many different aspects, right? Here's the thing. You look, and it's always been like a pattern, right? They either pick somebody from the Raw side to win a Rumble, or somebody from SmackDown. We've seen somebody from Raw win the last year, and we've seen somebody from SmackDown win last year. Now I'll get into the women because I have a lot of, fantasy bookings, and I have a lot of facts to drop. And I think you guys are gonna love. But I know it's not the best option, but I think for what we have on the table with the champions we have currently, I think he is the best storyline option to win this.
Yeah, I mean, you raised a good point on that. I mean, with Roman not being slotted in any championship matches last year, and then him being in the triple threat that did not vie for the title last year either. So,
I just don't see him in the chamber. I want to see him in the chamber, but I just feel like if the last few years have taught me anything, he's not a guy that really shows up at the chamber. It's like he'll show up at the Rumble, and then he'll be like featured, maybe like a few times into the chamber, but not be at the chamber, and he'll come back to start off his feud officially for WrestleMania.
Okay. Well, here's the thing with this, because there were the reports that it was supposed to be Cody and Roman, but either both or one side did not want to take the L. So since that's no longer the case, how do they pivot with both of them at this point?
So with Cody and Roman, right?
Yeah.
I think Cody, like you said, I feel like even if he does not win this Rumble, I could still maybe him and Jacob Fatu cancel each other out, where they maybe accidentally eliminate each other or whatever, and that continues their feud. We already kind of seen like they were setting the stage for this already. If you look at Saturday main event, right? We seen those two brawling. We seen those two literally going to war out there, right? What happened?
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre interjected himself in this, right? So now it's like, and I was streaming this. For anybody that was watching me on stream, I literally said this right then and when I seen it. I said, this is going to be the WrestleMania match. This is what, because he literally said,
maybe Drew interjects himself in eliminates both of them from the match, from the Rumble match.
I mean, if you're really trying to get heat on Drew, then fine. But he said he does not care about anybody. He's going to try to stop anybody from coming after his championship. And I feel like if the way they positioned it with him going after both Jacob and Cody, in Drew's mind,
I feel like Cody and Jacob on too. I think they're going to start the match. I think they're going to start the Rumble match.
I can see that, but in Drew's mind, I think both Cody and Jacob are the two biggest threats to his championship right now. And I think he wanted to make a statement.
I can see that.
To show them, hey, you want to come at me for this championship, you got to deal with the consequences that's going to come with it.
Right. And I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement with that. So then how do we realistically build to Roman and Punk. Because the thing is, can you make this a blood feud, or are they going to go out of respect based off of what happened in War Games?
Okay, so if you look at Monday Night Raw,
They
right?
said he was never teaming again, right?
I think this was Raw after Survivor Series. You guys can fact check me if I'm wrong, but we had both Cody and Punk in the ring, right? Roman was out there. He says that title will look so good on my shoulder, and both of them are talking to him like, who are you talking to? He said, y'all will figure that out. We already know. We've seen these two in the match last year. We can use the stuff that happened at WrestleMania 41 last year and build off of that. We can have some type of mutual respect, but Roman can be like, I have respect for you, but at the same time, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to be the champion again. And I think in WWE's mind, we've seen him, talk bad about the World Heavyweight Championship before, but I think instantly putting him in that position to go after that World Heavyweight Championship, that's going to make that championship elevate itself in importance and relevance, because you have a big marquee name going after that championship going into WrestleMania. We know there's a lot of history playing off the Shield when you had CM Punk going off when he was champion for 434 days. He enlisted the Shield's help, right? You have that be full circle, right? So you have all of that. It's right there. It's right there for you. Okay. All you have to do, you don't have to necessarily make a person be a heel or face unless you really want to. It can just be them simply being themselves. Roman being Roman, CM Punk being CM Punk. Who's the best? Who is the better out of each of us for the World Heavyweight Championship?
All right, so you've sold me on it, but here's the thing. I'm only going to accept this if they do it as an Iron Man match, a la Shawn Michaels and Brett.
Yeah, I kind of swayed with picking Cody Rhodes. I think I'm going to go with Roman Reigns. I think that's my pick.
And I'm not going to play anybody, but it's just my...
No, you're not swaying me. Like,
no,
those are my top two.
Yeah,
between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
Roman makes sense because, again, 2015, it's been 11 years since he's won, and with his notoriety now, it would make sense for him to win. Scoot might have to flip that table. I mean, that would be my third pick.
But you also got to see, look at a lot of the, and we know Roman
said he don't want to
right?
flip tables.
Roman's the GOAT. Roman's going to be in that GOAT conversation, right? But here's the thing.
100%.
When you look at past Rumble winners who went on to win 2, you got Cody, you got Cena, you got Orton, you got, I think, Batista, I think Triple H won 2, right? Roman Reigns winning his second Rumble is going to put him in that conversation with the rest of those guys.
Yeah, you did prove a good point there. Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
I'm gonna go ahead and predict.
Get this table ready.
People not on or not officially on card. Seth Rollins.
He said Seth Rollins.
Dominic's probably gonna come back.
Like people not officially on the card, like one of the mystery guys. I'm gonna say Seth Rollins coming back to win. And like we talked about, and I fucking hate myself for this.
I guess that Logan Paul.
Logan Paul. All right. So all right.
Damn.
So with that being said, men's Royal Rumble. Any thoughts?
Again, I'm gonna flip
about,
the table, but I'm gonna take that W.
About Drew McIntyre taking on Sami Zayn for the undisputed WWE Championship.
This is gonna be a good match, but we all know that Drew McIntyre isn't gonna be losing the title here.
If Sami Zayn wins it, the entire fan base will scream out an Arab bias for the one Arab wrestler on this card.
Here's the thing. I do think this match is gonna be good, and I do think they're gonna play it up to where it looks like they're gonna have like some close calls where it looks like Sammy's about to win it. Yeah. But I do think ultimately Drew is going to win.
That's all they ever fucking do.
you can't take the title off Drew this early in the game. You can't. He's worked so hard to get back to where he is now, to finally be champion, and only to have it for what, 2-3 weeks, and then ends up dropping it.
But could you imagine the heat the internet will have for WWE?
Well, see, this would be the problem though. If Drew drops the belt, yes, there will be heat of Drew dropping it, but there's so many people who's wanting to see Sammy winning the championship too.
You talking about that Rumble?
Myself included.
He's winning at WrestleMania 43. That's what I'm thinking.
Look. I told y'all, I don't want to flip tables this weekend.
So you want to see Sami Zayn win, right?
No. I
don't know what you guys have against tables, but I'm not flipping no tables. Okay, I'm keeping all my tables upright.
Well then fine, Jugs. Some furniture is getting flipped if Sammy wins that title.
I will flip a chair then.
I'd rather flip a couch.
No, I'm flipping a damn table and celebrating a victory if Logan Paul wins that fucking Rumble. I swear to God, man, I'm gonna be so pissed at myself. Anyway.
Drew, look, McIntyre can lose at Mania. That's I'm cool with that. I refuse to accept him losing before then.
It's not gonna happen, Lip Diz, and I know you. I don't want to see you flip the table, so I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure you don't see that happening. But WWE said
I want to watch him flip the table. I want to see this happen.
I don't know.
Everybody has to get their. Everybody has to get.
Here's the thing. Reports came out, right? Reports came out. They want Drew to go into Mania as champion. Sammy, they said they want Sammy to be involved, but they're not going to have him be featured in the world title picture going into Mania. This is almost like a stopgap thing for him, and whatever he does here, I don't know. Maybe he goes after the U.S. title, because I think you have him lose this, and he has to build himself back from the ground up. So when we do get to Royal Rumble in 2027, he finally gets his moment, and you can have him win it in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania 43.
Now let's see. Now that's
did they already announce that?
Yeah. WrestleMania's gonna be Saudi next year.
I'm a little sad.
I think we'll see. Now that's the thing that I would disagree with, is that I think he wins a title before then.
How would they do it?
Too.
Does he win Money in the Bank? King of the Ring?
Wait, hold up. Oh, both of those are actually good for his character, because Money in the Bank makes sense, but him going in a tournament, if they do it right, WWE, if they do the King of the Ring right, he would be perfect as a tournament winner. But him having Money in the Bank also works.
It works, but it doesn't, because WWE loves to put the Money in the Bank briefcases on the heels, because
absolutely.
And I know he's not at Royal Rumble, but I do think he's going to show up. The person that I think is winning that Money in the Bank this year is going to be Dirty Dominic Mysterio. He's winning that briefcase. You talk about a guy that needs the Money in the Bank briefcase, and the Money in the Bank briefcase needs him. That is your guy. You talk about a guy that can be slimy and looking to pick his opportunity, a guy that can be the ultimate opportunist.
It makes so much sense too. It makes so much sense.
It would work very well.
I don't know what y'all tripping up. Money in the Bank is in September. Money in the Bank is in New Orleans. Richard Saints is winning Money in the Bank.
Stop.
Wait, who?
Oh, wait, damn. Is it in New Orleans next year?
Yes, it's in New Orleans. It is in New Orleans. Richard Saints is going to get that Money in the Bank.
Yeah, sorry.
Richard Saints.
That's a watch.
You think they're going to hot shot him like that?
I can see it.
You got to think, Ricky Saints is most likely going to be in the main roster after Mania, roughly. So you got until
they're gonna have to really build him to
September.
The world title within a year, though.
Yeah,
I mean, look, he ain't got to cash in right away either.
I mean, that's true. But that's what I mean with that year, though. Him. So don't
get me wrong. I do like
I forgot that Money in the Bank was in September this year.
Now I do like the Dirty Dom idea. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But all right, so we all in agreement that Drew is going to retain.
Yeah, Drew
retaining. With that being said, Is this AJ Styles' last match in the WWE?
You not getting me with the okie doke.
AJ Styles
retiring
taking on
this
Gunther.
early. He's not.
No,
retiring
because
this
I
early.
feel like there's so many opportunities.
He's gonna lose
of
at
matches.
Mania.
He's gonna lose at Mania, but I think you give him a little bit of more time to do more matches. Maybe you get another proper match with CM Punk out the way. Maybe him and Finn Balor, him and Javon Evans putting up, helping the new guy get over on this way out. I think is a really thing I would love to see. We still have other matches that I would love to see.
I
Him
need
and
to
Carmelo
see
Hayes.
Finn Balor come back as the Demon, please.
Carmelo Hayes and AJ. That's a match I wanted to see. Him and Ilya Dragunov. Want to see. So
You want to see
I
him
think-
and Ilya Dragunov?
I think Raw kind of made me a little bit less
I got a
confident.
question for you guys. How do they set this match up with, I
With
feel
AJ
like
winning?
this is going to be a fuck finish here.
I do think it's gonna happen. I do
I don't-
think because what happened? If y'all was watching Raw, what happened? AJ had the match won, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
The referee didn't see it.
Yeah.
What did Gunther
Yes.
do? What did Gunther do to win the match?
He kicked him in the balls.
What he did, he tapped on AJ's side to make AJ think that he tapped.
Yeah.
No. When the
And he let
referee,
go.
no, when the referee was turned his back,
He gave him
What
the
did
old
Gunther
little
do?
kick.
Yeah, give him a dick
To
kick.
Dick Kick City.
AJ
I mean, what?
is gonna give his receipt. Gunther's
yeah.
gonna get his receipt. Low blow to Gunther.
Mhm.
He hits a phenomenal forearm. He hits a Styles clash. 1, 2.
And it still
Three.
makes Gunther look strong. Also.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
Because
And
You know,
They're
and I,
gonna
to
balance
be
the
honest, I
card
don't
out.
want Gunther retired ever. I mean, he already
No,
retired
but
Cena. He doesn't.
you gotta
But I'm-
think it's poetic if they
Yeah, it
do
is.
have him retired, because AJ Styles walked into WWE's door at Royal Rumble 2016.
2016.
10 years later,
10 years
he
later,
leaves.
yeah.
But here's the thing. It's always a but. If Gunther wins
There's always
this,
a but.
if Gunther wins this, within a 1 year span, he would have retired Goldberg, Cena,
And AJ Styles.
AJ. And here's a little nugget for you. Not only he did that, but if he does beat AJ, he would have retired the face of WWE and John Cena, the face of WCW and Goldberg, and the face of TNA in AJ Styles.
Also, here's another thing Leo you brought up about TNA. People are saying, "Oh, he's going to go back to after he's done here, after they retire him here, he's going to go TNA, have one more run with the world title belt over there at TNA."
I do think they're gonna do that.
Which I'd rather have a world title run over here in WWE. Like, I mean, but
Sure.
I mean,
Because you got to think, Gunther is competing in the Royal Rumble match. He's
Yeah.
in the Royal Rumble. I think it would kind of suck for him to not only. Well, he's gonna get a lot of heat if he beats AJ and goes into the Rumble match. That crowd's going to boo. But the thing is, I'm kind of looking at it from a standpoint. Is like you look at Raw, right? In the sense of the match didn't have a conclusive winner, right? Between him and Punk. AJ and Punk didn't have a definitive winner.
watch him run it back at Elimination Chamber.
I think they're gonna run that back at some point, and I'm like, okay, I'm watching this. If they were really going with the idea that he's really going to retire, I do think we could have had a definitive winner in that match. But
Yeah.
since we didn't, I feel like it leaves a lot more stories to tell. Could we get a triple threat between potentially a Finn, a AJ, and a Punk at WrestleMania for an example? Could we do that? Could we set the stage for that? We're already getting maybe a potential tease at that. But you also got to understand, if you watch WPLEs from the time Triple H took over, he likes to balance the card out with feel-good moments, but also heartbreaks as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to go all in with all baby faces winning. I think he's going to give AJ, this win. And I think at WrestleMania is where he calls it a career. I think if I'm looking at a career like an AJ Styles, I want to see him retire on the grandest stage of them all. I thought that's what we were going to get with John Cena. I feel like that's what we should have got with John Cena. Since we didn't, I think, granted, the Royal Rumble is a big 4 PLE. Don't get it twisted. But I would love to see him, finally have one more match at WrestleMania.
No, I don't want him retiring in Saudi over here. No,
he won't.
And also,
his family would want to be there.
His last time, his last Mania match, he lost to Logan Paul, which I that can't be his last Mania match. No, to Logan Paul. No, he needs to.
Absolutely not to fucking Logan
You gotta
Paul.
think about it. Like you said, and I like what you said, Jugs. They won't probably do it in Saudi because I'm thinking if that was the case, his family would want to be in attendance. His sons will be in attendance. His wife, Wendy, will be in attendance as well.
Yeah,
I
see AJ Styles winning in some type of fuck finisher. Yeah, it's gonna be.
Well, see, here's the thing, and Leo, you said balance, and I think that's the perfect word for where I'm leaning towards. This also depends on what happens with Punk and the title, because there's a part of me that does believe that AJ does win this title before he retires. Possibly.
I love that.
Now. So okay, well here's the thing. I'm 100% that AJ does win a world title, but I'm uncertain on if it's going to be a WWE world title or a TNA world title before he retires. Because
since they do have TNA has a TV deal with AMC,
Correct. Well, see, and then here's the thing: he's 100% retiring in WWE. Now I can see him retiring as a TNA champion in WWE. All for it, but I still do believe that Gunther retires AJ, and this is where the balance comes into play, because you had Gunther win the first one, AJ wins the second one, and then you let AJ kind of do his thing and live in his whole retirement tour, and then Gunther comes at the end and finishes it off because he didn't get the job done the first time. Now, I still think that he does retire Brock at Mania. But if you don't, and you have Brock, because it's either going to be Oba or Gunther.
I got Oba and Brock. Oba and Brock is my prediction for WrestleMania.
Now, if that's the case, then I think Gunther retires.
You know what I'd like to see? I think
SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam, because it is in Minneapolis,
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay, so then there's that. Now, I don't think AJ goes all the way to the end of the year like Cena did.
No, he doesn't go all the way.
I think he goes to WrestleMania. I think he goes past.
Do
you think he goes to SummerSlam?
So now I can see SummerSlam. I can see SummerSlam, him being retired. Now also with that, the only other person that I could see retire AJ outside of like the blood feud with Gunther, if they're not going to go with the
Finn Balor.
match. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly where I was going.
Because I was telling myself, like, if anybody's going to really end the career of AJ, having that whole dynamic with Finn and AJ,
two
former Bullet Club members.
Yeah. Leaders.
I would love to see that.
Also, it needs to be the demon. The demon should retire him.
Demon.
100,000.
Not only
wait.
Only that, man, but it would be fucking poetic justice, because AJ was the one that deposed Prince Devitt back in New Japan.
Now, y'all are making some great points, and I'm gonna follow up with that. Now, we also talked about Finn Balor earlier, and they were talking about how Adam Pearce said Finn Balor is not qualified to be in the Royal Rumble. He said Finn Balor is not qualified for the Royal Rumble. He never said the Demon can't show up at the Royal Rumble.
We'll see. Here's the only problem with that. If the Demon shows up in the Rumble, the Demon then has to win the Rumble, because you can't bring the Demon back. And not, especially after this long hiatus, and going off of what Balor said about how he felt about
I think Finn just takes out somebody. Like, say we have somebody backstage, and
like a Dragon
Ramley get taken out,
or Kira Tozawa.
Yeah, man, why is it Kira Tozawa always taking the strays? Why is he always? Or no,
they gotta have somebody.
He shouldn't
take out Otis.
Now, somebody, reached out to me. And they gave
for
me
the same reason that Rocky Romero had to take that out.
Now, I did get thrown this idea, and I figured since we're talking about Finn Balor, I would share this with you guys and get your thoughts and opinions on it. Because I would love to see it. If we do see AJ and Punk, for example, at a WrestleMania, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we have that be the match for the World Championship, and AJ wins. How poetic would it be for not only his retirement, he goes into his retirement match with the World Heavyweight Championship. Who is he facing? We just talked about him. Finn Balor. Finn Balor beats AJ Styles to become world champion and also retires AJ at the same time.
Oh my gosh,
At
that's so good.
SummerSlam.
That is so no. That's so good. That is
And what you could do?
It is. It
And what do
really
you
is.
do to set this up? Here's another thing. And you what'd you call him? Prince Devitt, right?
Yeah.
What show is there in June?
Well, I mean,
King of the
remember
Ring.
he was also known as the Prince in NXT when he went
The
back.
Prince. Hey, but guess what? You said the Prince, but we got a show called King and Queen of the Ring in June. I say Balor goes in. Balor goes in. He upgrades himself from the Prince to the King. We got King Balor going up against AJ Styles at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight Championship, and he beats AJ, and AJ has his farewell match right there.
Look at it, gentlemen. I love how y'all so creative with this, but we giving WWE too much fucking credit.
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
They ain't gonna be watching us.
Look,
Hey,
we can dream
if any of this
all we
shit happens,
want.
if any of this shit happens, we immediately sue.
Look, this is the same company who's been gift wrapped so many opportunities and situations, and they was just like, because see, this is the one thing that I figured nobody even thought about, which is crazy. Just to slightly go back to the men's Royal Rumble, we didn't even consider LaKnight winning.
Damn.
No, well, you want to know why?
He's facing if Chris Jericho shows up, that's the Mania match. LA Knight and Chris Jericho. Call him now.
So
if
we
Jericho
considered LaKnight. So, but yeah, we look. We can dream book all this, but WWE is gonna find a way to WWE it. So
we know.
Yeah.
But
I'm not in objection to that, but damn it, I will be upset.
Yeah. Last but not least, with Royal Rumble, we got the Power Rangers match with the Women's Royal Rumble, and
Now,
so far,
Now, y'all in the chat,
so
right?
far
I know why.
with the
but damn.
participants, we got Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Bailey, Lyra, Liv, Roxanne, Raquel, Asuka, Jordan Grace, Becky Lynch, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, Julia, and Maxine Dupree.
Now I'm gonna tell y'all this right here, and I did say I was probably gonna go heel for a little minute, and I might have to go heel right here. When it comes to the Royal Rumble, this for the women, I'm not here to entertain. I'm here to educate. I'm here to drop facts, not opinion.
Oh, I already know what he's gonna say.
We seen Charlotte show up from injury last year, and what happened? That crowd
won it.
Turned on her after she won.
Of course they
I know
did.
a lot of people. I know a lot of people right now are saying Bianca. No disrespect to Bianca, but I am not a fan of Royal Rumble winners coming back from injury. I hated when John Cena did it. I hated when Charlotte did it. I don't want to see it. Another thing, I got some stats up, but I'm gonna make my prediction real quick, and I'm gonna have some facts, some actual facts to back up my claim. My prediction: the only right winner for this match
Here it comes.
Is Olivia.
Is Liv Morgan. Liv
Yeah,
Morgan is
there
the
it is.
only perfect choice for this match, because for I have many reasons. But first, before I give my reasons, I'm gonna go over some stats that I have pulled up here. I have her performances in the Royal Rumbles from 2018 to 2025. 2018, she came in at number 11. She lasted 4 minutes 53 seconds. Royal Rumble 2019, she lasted 10 seconds. Royal Rumble 2020. Royal Rumble 2020, a Royal Rumble that I was actually live in attendance for. She lasted 45 seconds.
Same here.
Hey, same.
Royal Rumble 2021, she lasted 6 minutes 38 seconds. Royal Rumble 2022, 37 minutes 20 seconds.
Okay, big improvement.
Royal Rumble 2023, 1 hour, 1 minute, 7 seconds.
Okay, Iron Woman.
Royal Rumble 2024, she came back from injury. Royal Rumble at number 30, 6 minutes and 26 seconds. Runner up in both the 2023 and Royal Rumble 2024. Last year, Royal Rumble 2025, she lasted 1 hour, 6 minutes and 59 seconds.
Yeah, I was in attendance for that. I was there for that. Yeah.
Okay.
If you guys can see,
big live.
From the story we're telling right now, what happened at Saturday Night Event? Who took the pin? Liv Morgan. Who lost on Raw? Liv Morgan. What happened with Jey Uso last year? He lost the match with Gunther.
Oh wait, never mind.
He lost the match with Gunther. Went on the very next week to win the Royal Rumble match. Here's another thing, and I'm not trying to bring race into it or anything. Bianca going out there, she's going to get booed. I feel like she's going to get some pops, but I don't think the crowd is really behind her. Here's another thing that I brought up here. Somebody actually gave me, and this is why I don't think Bianca should win. Bianca is a big money draw regardless of whether she's a Rumble winner or whatever the case is, right? We already know if she, for example, let's just play devil's advocate. Let's just say for whatever reason they gave her the Rumble win. Here's my problem. We're doing a copy and paste of last year's Rumble all over again. Rumble winner coming back from injury, didn't have to do much of anything. Didn't have to work hard to earn it. Didn't have that grind, the grits to get that moment. Just handed on a silver platter. She wins that. And here's another stat. You know, and this is why they call me the statistician, because I'm all about the facts.
He's up on the shit.
Here's the thing. If you think if they have Bianca win this back to back after Charlotte won her second, for Bianca to do the exact same thing, it's going to be a problem. Because here's the thing.
I don't know if you guys know WWE at the end of the day. It's WWE at the end of the day.
It's WWE. Here's the thing. They love to do this. But here's the thing. I want y'all to understand this stat. I want you guys to let this sink in for everybody that show watches this. And everybody that's live with me right now on the panel. If Bianca wins this, her second Rumble, you know what that means, right? I'm gonna let y'all get a guess and see if y'all gonna get it before I reveal.
Let's see if she wins this Rumble.
If she wins this Rumble, she wins her second. I want y'all to let that sink in. Charlotte won her second.
We're talking about Bianca.
Just tell me, man. Just tell me, man.
You want me to tell you?
No. Because we're talking about Bianca, right?
We're talking about Bianca. If she wins her second Rumble,
she wins her second Rumble. What does that mean?
Well, I mean, I don't think she wins this anyway.
Here's the thing. This right here is the 8th Royal Rumble match that we have, right? Since its inception in 2018.
Correct.
Charlotte became the first 2-time winner, right? Last year. You know what this means, and this is why I don't want
second
this to happen.
Saudi winner. You mean?
No. She would be the second Rumble winner to win it twice, right? Here's the stat. We've had 8. This would be the 8th Royal Rumble we had, right? That means out of combined 8 Rumbles, 4 Royal Rumble matches have went to both Bianca and Charlotte, both winning 2 each. There's no way they should be doing this. That is, and people are going to be looking at me
WWE.
It is WWE. And here's this quote that I actually. She went on ESPN, and guess what the title of the video was? Liv is
Winning
tired.
the Royal Rumble.
Liv said, "I'm tired of being runner-up." She also talks about this because if she, for example, she makes it to the final 2, Liv Morgan is going to be in a now or never situation. I think the stars are aligned right now for her to win this. She can eliminate Bianca, and she can, as a heel, that's going to get more heat on her, especially if she's going to face Stephanie at Mania. From a story perspective, it makes all the sense because she can toy with the idea of going up against a Jade Cargill, considering since Jade Cargill's been in WWE, Liv Morgan's the only one that's beaten her. Nobody else.
Well, okay, I can see.
But here's another thing. I like this quote that somebody actually put on Twitter, and I actually, used it so I can talk to you guys about this. The 3 reasons why Bianca should not win. Rumble history. For Liv Morgan, back-to-back runner-up. And started at number 2 and went almost to the end last year. That was the second time being number 2, mind you, since 2023. What good would it do for her to become runner-up again? What good would it do? All it would do...
Make her go crazy?
Make her go crazy, exactly. But you also are playing
and then she crashes out on TV.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to see Leo flip a table. I mean, we talking about flipping tables. This would make Leo flip
Soon as Liv Morgan doesn't win, just tables,
now,
bodies.
Now here's the crazy thing. I've been calling Liv Morgan to win the Rumble since 2023.
You really have been. And
I've been calling her to win since 2023. And here's what I think is going to happen. And I know we're not giving like predictions on like the final 3 or whatever, but this makes sense for this scenario. You got to also think the location, Saudi Arabia. Liv Morgan won the Women's World Championship in Saudi, crown jewel champion in Saudi. She's getting a lot of accolades when she goes to Saudi. The crowd is behind Liv Morgan. And here's another thing. I don't know if you guys pay attention to betting odds. Liv Morgan is the clear-cut favorite right now at a minus 125 to win this match. She is the number 1 option after being tied with Bianca this whole entire week. She's the number 1 favorite. Think about what's happening on Monday. Raquel's challenging for that title against Stephanie. Who's to say Liv Morgan may accidentally get involved and actually cost Raquel that match? Or what if let's say Raquel wins? That makes it way more unpredictable. With the stories you can tell with Liv Morgan, and the one thing about Royal Rumbles, right? It's usually sometimes used for baby faces to, achieve their dream, right? But it's also used as an opportunity to be sneaky. Liv Morgan as a heel is strategic and sneaky and calculated. From a person that's been in every single Royal Rumble since its inception, you think she's not going to go into this with some type of game plan, whether if it's using the judgment to her advantage in some way, shape, or form? We already seen her give a nasty look to Raquel. She gave a nasty look to Roxanne Perez. I think she's going to eliminate probably one or even both of them.
To be fair, Roxanne was trying to steal her man.
But here's another thing. Liv Morgan came back during John Cena's retirement tour match, his final pay-per-view with Dominic Mysterio. That is a big deal, ladies and gentlemen. That is a big deal. That is a huge vote of confidence right there, ladies and gentlemen. And if I'm WWE, and I'm gonna ask you guys this: if you're bringing back one of your women's wrestlers in a top storyline for one of your GOATs, potentially retiring, you should want to capitalize on that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Because we don't know what the road to WrestleMania is going to look like for Liv if she doesn't win this. The fans are behind her right now. Liv Morgan is a now or never situation.
If Liv doesn't win here, I would say have her win the Chamber.
But the Chamber, I feel like this is why I think Bianca's going to win the Chamber because of the story.
We'll see.
Because
Leo's right and wrong, and this whole thing is bullshit too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just remembered they're in Saudi, and ain't gonna be no goon material. Jugs ain't no horny jail this weekend. Ain't no horny jail this weekend.
No, that's horny jail, but like on a very milder scale.
But
exactly.
to get back to basics, The thing is, Bianca won last year's Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
I don't think Bianca wins either the Rumble or the Chamber. I think Liv does. I think Liv does win the Rumble.
I got an idea, and
Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
think
like
Liv
this.
wins the Rumble as well.
Who's to say that maybe at Chamber we don't get one of the titles being defended? I know you said something about the World Championship, Jugs, and I would understand.
I'm standing
I
on
think-
business. I'm standing on business. I'm
here's what I
putting
think.
10 toes
Here's
down
what I
with
think.
that.
And everybody on the panel will agree. Jay Cargill's whole thing. is she
Wait.
wants-
You know who they should have win? The
You just assume my
The
agreement?
Juggernaut, Jordan Grace.
no.
Nope, she's not winning either.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think. Let me finish. Let me get to my point because you guys are gonna like this, especially it ties in too. You and I, Lip Dizzle. I agree. She doesn't win the Rumble or Chamber, right? I think with the whole thing with Jay Cargill, right? The story's already there. You don't need to have her come back and win the Rumble to automatically sit there. We know that's the match that they're gonna do, but we can tell some interesting stories. And here's the one thing about WWE babyfaces. They don't allow them to face adversity. They do not allow them to face struggles. I want to see
Cody Rhodes?
Bianca struggle. Before, in Cody Rhodes, he had to struggle to get to his moment, right? He had to struggle. He lost at WrestleMania 39.
He had so much adversity.
Here's what happens with.
Yeah, he has so much adversity.
Here's what I think is going to happen. And this goes back to what Lib Diesel said with the Chamber. Jay Cargill said this. Jay Cargill says she wants competition. She doesn't want to face anybody that's not worthy of stepping up against her. Right? She's gonna have this match with Jordan Grace, right? But you guess who else is gonna come back in this Rumble that has some gripes with Jade? Tiffany Stratton.
Bianca.
What I think is here's what I think they're about to do. Some way, somehow, Jay Cargill will defend the WWE Women's Championship inside the Elimination Chamber against Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, Jordan Grace, Alexa Bliss, and Charlotte Flair. Some of your biggest names you got on SmackDown right now. You can't tell me that match would not be a banger, because you would automatically set some potential matches with Bianca, but also think about the Chamber. This is where Jay Cargill made a return last year when she attacked Naomi. Bianca sitting in the pod watching things play out. That's a full circle moment. And the final two in that Chamber, Bianca and Jade. Jade retains.
Yep.
Jade retains by shenanigans. And coming out of that, this really gets a lot of sympathy for Bianca, because now she may think going into the Chamber it's all gonna be glitters and rainbows, like saying, hey, we friends or whatever the case is. But Jay Cargill, she gonna show her real colors that it ain't about no friendship no more. It's about being the best. It's about being at the very top in the women's division. Jay going into Mania, you don't have her win the Chamber or Rumble for Bianca, because it doesn't really do anything. It's just stat padding at that point, and we don't need to do that. Granted, I've seen WWE do that before. I just don't see why would they have WWE have Charlotte come back, win, knowing how it ended last year, and you run the risk of doing it again. Who to say that Backlash won't happen again? You run the risk of Backlash happening again because literally you did a copy and paste. There was no intrigueness going on here. There was no intrigue about what could potentially happen. But having Bianca go into the Chamber competing for the title, get screwed over, creates sympathy. It creates adversity. It creates a story where she's literally working from the ground up. What is something, and here's a line from her theme song that I remember always. Her back is against the wall. Her losing the Rumble. Her losing the Chamber. Her back is against the wall because she doesn't know what her WrestleMania path is going to look like. Is she even going to make the card? That is an interesting story. That is what you do. And here's what I said before I get to y'all so y'all can get your picks. I know I've been ranting for a little bit. But the final three in this Royal Rumble, or if you want to say final four, my final four is going to be Liv, Rhea, Charlotte, Bianca.
Maybe. Exactly.
The final three
I agree.
Bianca, Rhea, Liv. Liv gets her get back because you got to think about it. And here's where it's all coming together. Liv took the pin to Rhea at Saturday Night Event. Liv's arc as runner-up began with Rhea Ripley. If you have that scenario where you have two former Royal Rumble winners looking to go back and win their seconds, Liv is going to be in a disadvantage because she's the smaller and she's facing some dominant wrestlers in there. So she has to be smart. She's going to want to have Rhea and Bianca go at it, right? Here's what you do. You have those two go at it, right? You have Liv use some type of hurricanrana to eliminate Bianca, right? And in the final two, Liv, Rhea, Liv gets her get back from Royal Rumble 2023, lastly eliminating Rhea Ripley to win it. She also gets her revenge on Bianca because if you guys remember what happened last year, well, who was the final two? Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan lost to Bianca Belair, and something that's been a pattern that they have been accustomed to. When somebody loses a match to our certain wrestler, they come back around and get their get back. They get their win back. Liv Morgan eliminates Bianca as payback from Bianca eliminating Liv last year
in the chamber, yeah, and that fucking whip.
Exactly, and she sold that. But here's another stat, and this is my final stat that I'm gonna leave with y'all. You look at the Royal Rumble history for the women. I'm gonna see if y'all gonna get it. What do all of those Royal Rumble winners have in common?
Liv Morgan. No.
I don't know. Tell us. I'm
That's
bad.
Y'all want me to tell you?
Wait. This is the one.
Talking about for all the women.
All the women's Royal Rumbles we had. What is the common denominator?
I have no idea.
Y'all, if you want me to tell you, I'll tell you.
Hit it.
Nope, go for it.
Well, no, because it's vague the way you're saying it. But go ahead.
So 2018, Asuka won, right? Becky Lynch, 2019, Charlotte, 2020, she faced for the NXT Women's Title. 2021, Bianca. 2022, Ronda. 2023, Rhea. 2024, Bayley. 2025, Charlotte. You know what all those got in common?
No.
All of those Royal Rumble winners challenged for the SmackDown title. All of them. Asuka challenged Charlotte at WrestleMania 34 for the SmackDown title. We had the both championships on the line. Bianca challenged for the SmackDown title. Rhea, SmackDown title. Bayley, SmackDown title. Charlotte, SmackDown title. You see where I'm going with it? All of them were SmackDown. None of those were Raw. Because, and here's goes what I think. The reason I have Roman, because I'm looking at it, they're going to have one male and female win this match, but I think it's going to be from opposite brands. Liv Morgan's in the same situation as Roman Reigns.
Technically, there's really no brand split. I mean, he can.
Well, I mean, granted, yes, but I think one person is going to win it for potentially going to Raw or maybe SmackDown, whatever you want it to go with. But I think the first time we're going to have a person win it from Monday Night Raw, and that's Liv Morgan. She will win it, and this is a good plot device because her winning the Royal Rumble and potentially may accidentally eliminate a Raquel or Roxanne. They're going to look at her, even though it was accident, you eliminate me on purpose. So come Monday, they're going to look at her a certain way. They're going to look at her different, right? Here's what's going to happen. Liv Morgan is somewhat in the Bayley 2024 storyline when maybe, for example, let's entertain the idea Raquel wins the title. Before Liv Morgan making her declaration who she's facing, the Judgment Day turn on Liv, we don't see her for a couple of weeks until she finally comes back as not just her old babyface, but that babyface that was jumping off stuff after she lost the SmackDown Women's Championship, unhinged, going after Raquel for the World Championship at WrestleMania. Because you can use this with everything going on with the Judgment Day right now. Her winning can be used as a plot device and be used as the catalyst for the end of the Judgment Day.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually gotta see that.
Like that too.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense with them going, with them taking the route of, you know, pseudo Michaels and Diesel with the whole Liv and Raquel thing, because Diesel did win the championship before Michaels did.
Unless, let's say, for example, Liv does win the championship. What's after WrestleMania? The Raw after WrestleMania. What's Raw after WrestleMania known for? Face turns, heel turns. I say the Judgment Day turn on Liv the night after she wins the championship at WrestleMania, out of jealousy. Out of jealousy, Raquel turns on Liv, and she's kicked out of the Judgment Day. But I'm saying the thing is with Liv, she is in a now or never situation here. I don't like to make this comparison, but if Liv loses this, she will be pretty much the women's version of LA Knight when it comes to Royal Rumbles. When it comes to LA Knight, he can't win. LA Knight seems to be the favorite to win the Money in the Bank, but doesn't win. Liv Morgan has been runner-up so many times. And you cannot continue to dangle that carrot in front of the fans. There's so many times you can continue to do that before they give up altogether. And that was the problem when she first won the SmackDown Women's Championship. It came at a point where the fans weren't really as fully as invested as they were in 2021, where she was mega popular. Since Liv Morgan came back, she has been red hot right now. Her promos, her character work, her in-ring has been still good, as she has not even missed a beat. Liv Morgan is going to win this Royal Rumble, and I'm going to probably potentially cry on stream if this happens.
Look here, before we move on to the last little segment, you said all of that just for Io Sky to win.
Damn.
Because Io Sky ain't got her one yet. You said all that for Io Sky to end up being the winner.
And she not getting it this time.
And she's not
I'm
winning.
just saying, look, I get it, but I'm just saying all of that just for Io Sky to end up winning.
If Io Sky ends up winning, I'm dying. Like, that's hilarious.
But here's the thing: Io Sky has two different pathways when it comes to me.
Said that
Either she's gonna go after
Rock
Smack.
and Perez to win the Rumble match.
Okay, let's not get crazy. Let's not get crazy here. But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Like I said, Saudi has their favorites. They're not gonna just have anybody just win it. You
That's
can
why I
tell
said
Why Rhea Ripley's gonna win it.
Liv Morgan is winning it. Liv Morgan is winning this. She's been the chosen one for Saudi. She's been the literally. And here's what do y'all remember? She was in the press conference when they talked about WrestleMania 43. I think that was a precursor, because who was standing side by side? Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer, side by side, and Liv Morgan was behind Triple H in the forefront. What I think is happening, Liv Morgan is gonna win this. She will win this, because, like I said, you can't dangle that carrot. But here's the thing with Io. I thought her time was last year. She was world champion last year, right? I think either you have her and Rhea go in as tag champions, or they can do like I don't know which feud. I think it was John Cena and Batista. I think both of them won the tag team titles. Didn't they go into WrestleMania as tag team champions?
No. It was.
No, that was
Cena
Shawn Michaels
Shawn
and Son.
Yeah.
They were, and that
Cena,
was
Shawn
WrestleMania 23.
And they had a match with each other.
Okay,
at WrestleMania.
so who's to say if whatever happens, right? The bigger story with Io is Rhea Ripley, because if we're having Rhea Ripley have this story, what's her story? She can't beat Io Sky in one way, shape, or form. That eats away at her. And I think if we are going to get a match, if it's not those two one as tag team champions, that's going to be one of your non-title singles matches over on Raw.
I can see that.
Because you're going to have AJ Lee and Becky for the IC title. You're going to have
that's
your world
definitely
title.
happening.
That's definitely happening, yeah.
So that could be your big feud. Because on SmackDown, I think it's going to be Charlotte and Alexa. So
I can see that.
you can have Rhea go into it. Maybe it's not a full-blown, heel turn for either one of them. Maybe it's out of respect. Rhea wants to prove herself, prove that she can actually finally beat Io Sky. I don't see Rhea Ripley becoming a world champion until she can conquer her demon, which is known as Io Sky. And I don't think Io Sky has a clear-cut path while Rhea's around, because Rhea Ripley wants to beat Io. And I don't think with them having Io Sky go into the last 2 WrestleManias as world champion, I don't think that's going to happen again. I think if either they're going to go as tag champions, or we're going to get those two in a non-title singles feud, whether it's respect or one turn heel.
Well, no,
I think Rhea's so overtly popular, I don't see her turning heel. What if Io turned?
No, Rhea would be the one to turn heel because it makes the most sense, but they're not going to do that anytime soon. They're busy building the women's tag division,
exactly,
which makes the most sense. So I think they're going to ride that into this year.
They're going to do a ladder match. They're going to do a ladder match at WrestleMania potentially, maybe. Because I can see what they're kind of doing. You're going to probably have Charlotte, Alexa potentially if they're not, in the picture. But you got other teams. You got Julia and Kiana. You got Lyra and Bailey, right? Nia Jax and Lash. Kabuki Warriors. Yeah. And I do think, and I know y'all might not, y'all gonna probably boo me for this, but I think in the Royal Rumble, the Bella Twins will be on that in the Royal Rumble.
All right, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the last segment.
We need the racist in the match.
Bella Twins will be in the tag title.
You guys know who the racist is, right?
Nah.
What?
We need Tessa Blanchard. We need her in the match.
Okay, so moving on to the last part.
You know what, Leo? I was following everything you were saying. Then you said Bella Twins, and I was just like, what?
It's gonna make multiple teams. I feel like you're gonna want that one team that people are not gonna want to win.
No.
You can look,
but you guys
get away.
Per the video that was made, I'm gonna go through everybody's magical numbers. So Lip Dizzle in both rumbles, he gets picked 7, 9, 15, 17, 18. Damn Dizzle.
Damn Dizzle, you picked the number.
Hey.
You ran
Braxton was the one who, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, now I know this shit is all hacked then.
You know what I'm saying?
Got it out for me from the beginning.
Hey, he named one of his children after you, okay?
Okay. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay. Jugs gets picked 16. Sorry, 6, 16, 19, 21, and 28.
Hey, well, we know I'm the winner here, okay? I'm the winner right here. We already know. I win every single year.
You fucked me over last year, so yeah.
No. That wasn't on me. That was on Nia Jax.
No. Myself.
Are you really blaming now, Jax?
4, 5, 11, 26, and 29.
How you got picks in this?
Because if you watch the video, I said I may not be champion going into it.
Oh shit, my bad. See, I didn't hear that part. I had to. Oh, okay. Well then, shit, man. Why you putting the cart before the horse, man? You making me go
exactly.
ahead and
always. I gotta have a contingency plan. Leo gets 3, 8, 10, 23, 25, and since he won Saturday Night Main Event, he gets an extra pick, which he can choose between 2, 13, 14, 20, and 30. So he has until Saturday to let us know.
I already know what I'm picking. I'm picking number 20. Give me 20.
20? All right.
Give me 20.
And then last but not least, Jaeger Bombastic. That boy gets number 1, 12, 22, 24, and 27. So
honestly, I feel good about these numbers, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Of course, tune in to next week.
At least number 1's your Iron Woman. Or Iron Man.
Yeah, number 1 could be.
I'm just saying, man. If it's Liv Morgan at number 1, I might just go ahead and just pick it back.
I think with her numbers, I think with the numbers that she's had in the past, because she's always come out like low. I think this time they'll probably give her something a little bit higher. That's why I'm saying number 20. I can see her coming in like in the 20s.
Why would you not pick 30 though?
Because
statistically, 30 has been.
Yeah, but 30 has been trash in like the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
Well,
30
statistically,
30 would be like
30
Brie
is due
Bella.
for a win.
But 30 would be like Brie Bella. You know.
Wait, what did you say, Scoot?
I said 30 could be Brie Bella.
If they
So-
hit
We
30,
have
I mean, yeah.
Bella as number 30, so watch it be.
let 30 hit and then let me hear Primo.
I'm flipping tables. Flipping tables.
hey, you see where I'm
I
at,
can
right?
cut the TV off.
You see where I'm at? I'm currently in the office right now. You see where I'm at?
But
you see there's nobody around, right? If Brie Bella's in this, if everybody comes to work on Monday, everybody gonna have to get their walking papers, because I'm gonna say who booked this, who asked for this,
tune in next week as we will see who wins Tag Rumble and who's gonna get that guaranteed shot at the predictions championship at Tag Mania. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this episode is coming to an end. I'm gonna pass the ball to Lip Dizzle so he can do what he do oh so well.
All right. Oh, you beautiful people. Whether you loved it, hate it, don't forget to rate it, thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave all your comments, questions, concerns down below. Make sure that you tag the subscribe button, tag the like button, tag notification bell. Make sure that you go to not only Jug's channel, but go down to Kicking It with Leo's channel to check out all the good shit they got going on, whether they're watch-alongs, the reviews, the recaps, all that good shit. But of course, as I go ahead and warm up the good old Too Sweet for the Bros, and all of you watching as well, go ahead and join in on your TV screens, your laptops, your phone screens, your computer screens, all of the above, with a good old Too Sweet, with a good old bada 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 bam. And of course, beautiful people, I may be champion by the next time y'all see me, so
Okay.
until you see these handsome faces and hear these immaculate voices, we bid you all to do it. Until next time, you beautiful, 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 beautiful mother effers. Tag the fucketh out.
Please.